Today we're going to make this super easy and cute penguin craft. So to get started, we are going to need some supplies. We are going to need a black marker, some scissors, a pencil, some glue. I'm going to use lids of two different sizes. One's a bit smaller, one's a little bit larger. I have some white paper, some black paper, and you can see I also have some orange. So we're going to move some things to the side. I'm going to start with my black piece of paper, and I'm going to start with the lid. So all it is a tracer. You don't need a lid, but here you can see I have a large one and a small one. So I'm starting with the larger one. If you don't have a lid, you can use a bowl, whatever you have that's circular. And I'm going to trace it right on top of my black piece of paper. So this is my larger of my two circles. So that's my larger lid. Once I have that traced, I'm going to grab some scissors and I am going to cut that out. So remember, this is your larger one. So whatever circular tracer you're using, it's the larger circular tracer. Then I am going to grab the smaller circular tracer. So see how this one goes inside? It's a little bit smaller. Now I'm using a lid. You use whatever it is you have that's a little bit smaller than the last one. I'm going to grab my white piece of paper first, and I'm going to put that lid right on top. So remember, it's the smaller one. I'm going to trace around. Once I have that traced, I am going to actually take my black piece of paper and I'm going to do the same thing. So I've used my small one on my white piece of paper. Now I'm using my small tracer again on my black piece of paper. Now, you're going to see that you have white and black in small circles, and you're going to cut those out. So remember, now we have one large circle in black, and we are going to have two smaller circles, one in black and one in white. On to the next step. You're going to take those circles, move them to the side, and you are going to take your white piece of paper. All I am going to do is cut out kind of a little piece of it. So I'm going to cut out a little rectangle because I want to fold it in half. So I'm just cutting out a little rectangle so that I could take that rectangle and fold it in half. So there we go. I'm going to draw a circle on here, but I'm going to actually use the lid of my glue stick to do that to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to, but here it makes it a little easier. So I'm using my glue stick lid and I'm going on top, drawing a circle. Now remember, I folded it in half. So once I've folded it in half, I've drawn my circle. I'm going to cut it out, and that will give me two circles. Same shape, same size. They're going to be congruent. Okay, next step. I'm going to take my orange piece of paper, and I don't need all of this, so I'm going just to cut a little rectangle out again. If you don't have orange, use whatever color you have, but here we go. I am going to fold it over once. Fold it over twice. So whatever paper you have, fold it over 2 times. And I'm going to draw a triangle. Now this is going to be for my beak and my feet. So all I've done is drawn a triangle, and I'm going to cut my triangle out because we folded it. We are going to have multiple triangles. Okay, we're on the exciting part, the assembling our penguin. So I'm going to take my large black circle, so the biggest circle. I'm going to put my smaller white circle on the inside. I'll leave a little bit of black border on the bottom. So just put glue on the back of that. I'm going to try to center it the best that you can. Remember, closer to the bottom. So you're leaving a little border on the bottom and a little bit of black on the sides. Then I'm taking my other black circle. I'm going to fold that in half. It creates a cut line, so that I can use my scissors to cut right on that line, and I'm going to glue those on as my wings. I just put a little bit of glue on the tip, looking at the top of that white circle to guide me, and then my right side is going to go right across from my left so that they are nice and lined up. And then I'm going to take my two smaller circles, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the tip and glue those up top for the eyes. You can glue yours close together or far apart, whatever you would like. Be creative. I'm going to grab my triangles and put a little bit of glue on the tip of my triangle and glue it at the bottom of my penguin. I'm actually gluing it underneath so you can't see that tip, but you can see the bottom of those triangles as his little feet. Then I'm going to take a triangle and glue it on for his beak. So there we go, put a little bit on top. I'm gluing the beak so it's pointing down. And the final step is to draw the pupils. Now I'm using a black marker, but you can use a crayon, pencil crayon, or if you need to, you can also just cut them out with black paper and glue them on. So there we go. We're drawing those on, and we are done. Thank you for joining me for Craft Club for Kids to make our super easy and cute penguin craft. Remember, be creative and have fun.